I wasn't really sure if I was going to record any of this just because it's been kind of hard work pulling out everything, but I decided to take on a project that I've been putting off for a long time, and that is cleaning out our upstairs pantry and reorganizing it. And so I thought I was just going to clean it out and put everything back and get some new containers, but I've decided that it's time to get in here and really clean it out. And you can see it's scratched up quite a bit. So I'm thinking that we're just going to repaint it. You can see where everything is white, and then this is the original, well, original to the house when we moved in paint. So it's definitely a different shade of white, probably more of an off-white. So I think if I paint it, it's really going to freshen it up. Even though we're really the only ones that ever see this, it'll feel good to us every time we open the door that not only can we find things, but that the space looks so fresh and new. So that's the plan for this week. This is the finished product, and you know, it's not perfect, but like my husband said, well, he really didn't understand why I was painting it at all, but because nobody's gonna see it but us. But anyway, it is a nice, just fresh backdrop for all the changes we're gonna make. As you can see, this goes way up in there, so this was a hard space to get inside, and that's why the trying to film me painting everything was kind of hard. You know, to show you, because it's a tiny space. You'll see I am not a perfect painter, but I got it done. I got it on there. This is actually a converted linen closet. Probably a lot of you guys have figured that out already. And this is not our main food storage. We actually have everything downstairs in our food storage area. And one day I will take you down there and show you that. But this is where we keep, you know, our flour, our sugar, all the baking stuff, all the snack foods, nuts, raisins. I keep my dish towels in here, and it functions well for what we need it for as far as storage, but it was not functioning well for keeping it organized and just being able to get to things. It's been a couple days, so I've had to put the pantry on hold because I was waiting for the shipment from Amazon, and it has arrived. So these are the storage containers that I ordered. And it's a 15-piece set, and there are an assortment of sizes. So I believe we have like one really large one, and then four, 4 and 4 of the same size, like a large, medium, and small. But you can see we're getting ready to pull these out. After I ordered this set, I got to thinking that maybe I didn't have enough of the containers. So I ordered a backup set, which this is a 7-piece set, and it complements the one that I ordered the first time pretty well. They're a little bit different on top, but it's still gonna do what I need it to do. Also came with some chalk stickers and a chalk pen so we can label everything. All right, so I have these stickers that came with the containers, and you can write on them. They're like little chalkboards. You can write on them with a chalk pen. And so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do right now. I may not get to filling the containers and putting the pantry back together until tomorrow because it's already gotten pretty late. But the easiest way I thought to do it would be to write down everything that I had in the pantry before, as far as like the things that I wanted to store in the containers, like flour, sugar, that kind of stuff. So I went ahead and made myself a list, and I'm going to use this list to write out my stickers. And hopefully I haven't forgotten anything, but it's okay if I do. We'll just figure it out as we go. that took some time, but I'm very excited to get all of this in the pantry and start using this more functional space for our family. So we're gonna get all this put away, and maybe we'll figure out something that we can bake or make together out of the goodies in the pantry this week. Just tell you about it a little bit. I did decide to put up on the very top shelf what we don't use as often. Of course, we use our sugar a lot, but that container was a little bit larger, so it wouldn't fit on the other shelves. But I put everything else up there that we don't pull down every day. That's what's on that shelf. And then this next shelf, I've got most of our, I guess, baking supplies on it. And there's a story behind this container. I just could not part with my all-purpose flour container. And I have had this since we were married. It's actually what my mom used to keep her flour in. And I remember helping her in the kitchen as a child. And it just has special memories to me. So I had to hang on to that. But everything else we went ahead and replaced for the most part. And then on this shelf, we've got our snacks, which we are big fans of trail mix around here, especially my husband and I. So this is what we can now grab very easily, and we don't have to say, hey, do we have peanuts? Hey, do we have almonds? We know because they're clear containers, which again is going to be such a bonus. These are containers I already had, and I really debated on going out and finding some paint that would stick to plastic to paint the lids white, but I am not I'm fighting against perfectionism on this one, which we know there's no such thing, but I'm fighting against myself to make everything match. And you know, this is a closet that nobody's gonna see on a regular basis, and who cares if the tops are different colors, right? But we've got the whole wheat flour, self-rising flour, and sugar, and I have a lot of this left over, but in the future I don't plan to buy the self-rising flour. I'm gonna use what we have, and then I'm just gonna make my own self-rising flour. I do have a baking mix down here, some old open baking mix back there that needs to be used, or pancake syrup. And then in the bottom, we've got dish rags, and then these are towels and my lightweight towels for bread when it's rising. There's some baking supplies down there. So I want to tell you about this basket right here. I picked this up from Target, and I got a couple of them actually. But this is the company that makes it, Bright Room Paper Rope Basket. And Target had these on sale for $5. And so I went ahead and grabbed a couple. I'm actually using one to give a gift in, a bridal gift in tomorrow. But I just thought for $5, that was the cutest basket and a perfect fit. So run to Target and get you one. Hopefully you'll get there before the sale ends. Okay, let me tell you about this right here. Trying to get the best angle. Okay, here we go, almost. This right here is an over-the-door shoe organizer, but I had to order one that was really narrow that would fit on this door because it is a very narrow door. And I am thrilled with the way this turned out too. I put smaller things in it that would fit, like our spices, of course, and it's not clear, but the mesh allows you to be able to see through it pretty well. And I think as time goes on, I'll just know what's in each one. So up here, I tried to do like my baking spices. That's baking powder, then cinnamon, and I think that's cloves, allspice, ginger. I've got some of my baking spices that I use every day or pretty often in our kitchen. And then we've got our more savory spices, Italian, parsley, oregano, those things there. And I've got some packets here, like gravy packets. This is one for a veggie mix that my mom gave me, and pork rub, some bouillon, which I don't use very often, and then here's some soup mixes, packages of pudding and just some other odds and ends. I just thought this was perfect. What a great idea to store your spices in a very small space, or anything that you have for that matter. So that's the finished product. You guys will have to let me know what you think. We'll have to use something in here to make a recipe. Since we just cleaned out our pantry and we have it looking nice, I happened to see this beautiful container of macaroni in there, and I said, that's perfect. That's what we can have. So I've got some things from the garden that I'm gonna add in here, and I have this tried and true macaroni salad recipe that I use a lot, but I only use it for just a foundation. So this one calls for celery, green pepper, red pepper, chopped onion, but I don't always do it like that. So tonight I'm gonna use the basis for the macaroni salad, but I'm gonna add in cucumbers, I'm gonna add in some tomatoes, some red onion, some cheese, I think. So just make it your own. That's the fun thing about recipes, is you can take a recipe, you can take the foundational part of a recipe, and then you can just make it your own. So that's what we're gonna do. The first thing we're gonna add is our macaroni. It's already been cooked and drained, and I ran cold water over it, so we're trying to get it chilled. Ideally, you'd want to make this like the night before or a few hours before you're going to serve it, so that it can get really good and cold and all the ingredients can kind of blend together. But we're short on time, so we're just going to do it like this. So to that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Actually, I did this all wrong. I was supposed to add the macaroni last. Oh well, you know what? What's done is done. So, all right, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of mustard, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, a little bit of pepper. I like a lot of pepper, but we'll do a little pepper. And then we're gonna stir that up, add our mayonnaise to it. I did this totally wrong. Ah! That wasn't supposed to happen either. I didn't have it locked in place. Oh well. That's what happens when you're in a hurry. Had I made this last night, maybe I wouldn't be in such a hurry, but that's not the case. So we'll keep going, and hopefully, preferably what you want to do is you want to add your wet ingredients to this bowl first. And let's see if that's going to make a difference. I don't think so. But anyway, you'd want to add like your wet ingredients, and then after you get those blended together, then you would add your macaroni and your veggies and all that good stuff. But I just wasn't thinking. My handsome husband walked into the room and it just threw me off. So he's probably not going to eat any of this anyway, because I'm going to put onion in it. But he's not a big macaroni salad fan. So normally he just says, just make it however you normally make it. I'm not gonna eat it anyway. So that's what we're gonna do, but that looks good. I think we're gonna be good on that. Even though we made that little mistake, we recovered. Okay, so we've got our macaroni and all of our wet ingredients mixed together. Now I'm going to add some cucumber, and this is just 1 medium cucumber that I chopped up. And I'm also gonna add some red onion. It's kind of together there in my little chopped pile. So we're gonna do that. And then I'm also going to add just a few tomatoes. Some of my family members don't like a lot of tomatoes, so we'll just do a few tomatoes just to make it pretty. I love lots of color in my food, and I think that's going to make it look really good. So it looks liquidy right now, but it'll set up a little bit in the refrigerator, and I think it'll be just perfect by the time we need to eat it, which will be a couple hours from now. Add a little bit of cheese. Normally I would maybe cube the cheese, but I think this is gonna work out okay. Oh, that looks amazing. Smells amazing too. Something about that apple cider vinegar in there, that just really, really makes it smell nice. I am gonna taste it though. Just see if it needs anything else. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more sugar to offset that that vinegar. You could also add like some sweet pickle juice to it. That would be really good. You can add hard-boiled eggs to this. This recipe says you can make this into a tuna macaroni salad or a shrimp macaroni salad. All those sound amazing, but I think this looks pretty amazing just like it is. So we're gonna stop there. All right, I got this transferred from our bowl into this pretty dish. We're gonna get this into the fridge and let it hang out for a couple of hours, and I cannot wait to dig into this. I think it's gonna be absolutely delicious. The food was amazing, the fellowship even better. It was nice to have my dad with us, and my brother was celebrating his first Father's Day to his sweet little triplet boys, my precious nephews. I'm so thankful for my husband. He's a wonderful father to our 2 children, and it was just a great time of celebration. I hope you all had a happy Father's Day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.